Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you some more spoiler coverage for Curse of the Frozen Casket. Today we are talking about wind cards, and we are seeing some pretty cool new lore coming into the game. So we have the Monkey King, born from stone, is our new ruler. He is a wanderer, so keep that in mind. He is someone who has come from a different world and jumps between worlds. Is the judgment cost of 4. But you can pay 3 less, so 1, to play this ability if you control Sha Wujing and Zhu Baji. So obviously those are some pretty important cards for him. And he has Energize of Green, Wind, which is awesome. And then he has, for 1 green, you can search your deck for a card named Flying Cloud, reveal it, and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So for those of you who don't know, the Monkey King is an ancient story. It's got a lot of really awesome storyline to it, and it's actually, for any anime fans, it's actually who Goku from Dragon Ball Z is based off of, is the character the Monkey King. So this is kind of cool to see that happen. So he flips over into the Great Sky Sage Sun Wurong. So he's a 1k myth. J Ruler says, when this card enters your field, you search your deck for a card named Sha Wujing and /or a card named Zhu Baji, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And for 0 cost, you can put a card named Flying Cloud from your hand into your field. So this is pretty cool. So he searches for the cards that are important for him when he flips over, and he can quickly get his little addition boost up out into play, which is awesome. And he's a 10/10, so very, very strong. So his Flying Cloud is an addition. So I didn't speak about this before, but we're actually seeing, like we've seen some changes to chance, we're seeing some changes to additions. So we're no longer going to have addition J/resonator, addition field, whatever. We're just going to have additions. So additions are going to come in without a target. They're just going to kind of exist on the field from now on. Old ones will still target, as far as I know. They'll just kind of circumvent this kind of bestow attribute. So they will still target things. So this said, as long as this card is not bestowed to a card and your J Ruler is wind, it gains +2/+2 in flying. So essentially, when you first play it, our ruler for this set is going to suddenly get +2/+2 in flying. So it's going to be a 12/12 flyer. Wow. And then as long as the bestowed resonator is wind, it gains +2/+2 in flying. And so bestow is you pay 1 green and tap this card. And what this means is it is attached to something. So this is essentially it becoming a addition resonator. You bestow it onto something, you attach it to something later. So at first it's going to give your J Ruler the bonus, and then it's going to give something else the bonus. So this is kind of cool in the fact that you could say, like, swing in with your J Ruler and then bestow Flying Cloud to something else and give it the +2/+2 in flying. So that's kind of cool. And the artwork on this is awesome. I really like it. The style of artwork here. So let's talk about these other cards. So we have Sha Wujing, 3-drop, 8/7, pretty okay. And then cards named Great Sky Sage Sun Wukong. So when he's the ruler, or J Ruler, he gains +2/+2 and precision, which is target attack. So he immediately gets a little bit of a buff, and he can attack things directly. That's pretty awesome. And his opponent, your opponent plays 1 more to play chance. So it essentially makes it so that your opponent has to play more will in order to be able to play their spells, which is pretty awesome. This is a kind of a control element that Wind has been known for in the past. So Sha Wujing kind of brings that to the table, which is pretty cool. Then we have Zhu Baji. He's also a 3-drop, 7/8, so kind of the inverse. He's also a Resonator myth, and he says cards names Great Sky Sage Sun Wukong gain +2/+2 and swiftness. So imagine this: you have Zhu Baji and his friend here, Sha Wujing, both on field. So then that means that your judgment only costs 1, so you can flip, and you can probably put Nimbus into the field for cheap. Or you have the Flying Cloud in your hand because you searched it earlier. So you flip over, suddenly he's a 14/14 with swiftness and precision. Then you play the flash in your Flying Cloud in for free, and he's got another +2/+2. So he's a 16/16 with swiftness and precision and flying. That is a lot of damage out the gate for this guy. For a wind, that is really impressive. It's definitely going to take me longer to play him because, you know, you have to play a 3-drop, but the potential for benefit from there is really awesome. And it says your opponent pays 1 more to play additions and regalia. So he makes chance cost more, and he makes everything else cost more except for resonators. So there's no way to impact resonators getting played, but still, that is pretty sweet. Next up, we have Cloning Magic. So this is a 2-cost quick cast chant. It says target resonator gains whenever you play an activate ability of this card, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy until the end of the turn. And it also has the new keyword, torrent. So it says, as you play this card, if you played 1 or more other cards this turn, it gains the following text. Draw a card. So if Cloning Magic is the 2nd card you played that turn, you get to draw a card. This means that we essentially get to kind of see this kind of combo element for these cards where you're supposed to play them in kind of a certain order to get the maximum value out of them, which I think is really, really awesome and kind of a cool change in what Wind is going to be able to accomplish. So keep in mind that this ability, this is incredibly important. I know a lot of people, at least in the Facebook community, have already said like, oh, you can use this with Ryoma to just like have unlimited will. No, that is not how this works. So this specifically requires you to use activate abilities that use the chase. So this ability has to use a chase, because what happens is it puts 2 of that effect on the chase. Will production abilities of any kind do not use the chase, and so Cloning Magic cannot work with will production abilities like Ryoma Sakamoto, like Elvish Priest, like anything else. It won't work. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at this card. It is very, very important. Now we have Protector of the Forest. He's a 5-drop, 12/12, just vanilla. But he's a gigantic beast who looks terrifying. Really nothing much more to say here. 5-drop. The cost is pretty, I think, average for what the strengths are. And we'll have to see if this card sees any play. I mean, who knows? At Worlds, when we're playing in a sealed format, this card could actually see a lot of play just because he only costs 1 green. And so that could be pretty important. Next we have the Magic-Born Vegetation. He's a 1-cost vegetation resonator. So we're going to plant defense of 100, and it says tap, put a magic counter on this card, and you can tap and banish this card to produce green for every magic counter on this card. Essentially, it's a way for green to be able to ramp ahead, but it has to protect it, so that's important for us to recognize. So next up we have Bird of Paradise dancing in the sky. So first off, I'm going to say I really like the artwork of this card, how bright it is and colorful. I think that's pretty cool. It's kind of weird that it seems to have kind of a human face, but oh well, it is what it is. So it's a 2-cost 4/2 beast with flying, something that has wings that has flying. Woo! But it's not a bird type. Anyway, moving on. So it has flying, and when this card enters your field, you search for another copy of it from your deck and put it into your hand. So it essentially kind of is some fixing in the sense that you're going to kind of always have one in your hand once you start playing them. So pretty neat. So there you have it, guys. Those are the cards for today. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment sections down below. Are you excited? Are you excited about the lore, the card art, what kind of different things we're going to see? Are you pumped about Torrent? I think that's going to be really cool to see what comes out of it. I, for one, am very excited about it. Let me know what you guys think, though. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. And until next time, this is DMO73, signing up.